Honorable Adan Daud, MP, Wajir East Constituency.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, in this country, we have had a lot of statements. A few days ago, our Secretary to Treasury, our CS for Treasury, has said this country is broke. And one of the reasons statements like that are made is because of the stock of public debt. Though today we are discussing the consolidated fund services, it is important to note that public debt is a first charge on the consolidated fund. And that is why we keep on talking about public debt in addition to the consolidated fund services. Mr. Speaker, my chair and my vice chair have ably moved this motion, but I want to add a few things, or I want to stress a few things. Mr. Speaker, one way of hiding from the Kenyan public the extent of debt is the use of accrual accounting, the use of cash accounting. You have heard that our undisbursed loans are up to $1.17 trillion. This is not information that the Kenyan public is privy to. The reason is because we use cash accounting, and once we have not, once those loans are not disbursed, they are not shown as loans that we have taken. The import of hiding that big figure of 1.17 trillion is that it increases our stock of debt, which is reported to be at 9.15. That is one of the reports. Mr. Speaker, you will note that every agency has a different figure. We were told by the controller of budget that the stock of debt is at 9.17 trillion. National Treasury says it is 9.15. Be that as it may, but if you add the stock of debt, the undisbursed loans, for which we pay commitment fees that the Vice Chair talked about, of 1.17 trillion, then we are above the statutory debt limit of 10 trillion. And this is the house where the representatives of people are, and yet the executive have breached the 10 trillion mark, and this is the first time that a report like that is coming to Parliament. It is unfortunate that a very important topic like this, we have very few members of Parliament who are listening to this very able report from this committee. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, the other thing is that we have been told about the effect of the foreign exchange fluctuations on our stock of national debt. Mr. Speaker, if you note, even real estate developers now are hedging and using U.S. dollars to sell their houses. Some places in this Nairobi, you cannot rent unless you use U.S. dollars. We have brilliant minds both in Treasury and at Central Bank. Why we are not able to hedge our loans? Why we will leave the vagaries of foreign exchange fluctuations to hurt Kenyan taxpayer boggles the mind. I don't know why we use that. I don't know why we are not able to hedge. And I think as part of the recommendation of this report is that hedging must be used so that we defend the taxpayer. Mr. Speaker, sir, the National Treasury, another recommendation of this report is we have to amend the PFM Act so as to ring-fence. Mr. Speaker, can I have 1 minute more?
I give you 1 minute.
Thank you. So as to ring-fence the counterpart funding. Mr. Speaker, we are in the midst of a famine right now. I mean, the government may call it drought, but for me, I think it is a famine. And there is this hunger safety net program, Mr. Speaker. We are not able to disburse funds because the money, the counterpart funding by the government, by Kenya, has been used for other things. If the PFM Act is amended and we ring-fence such funds, our people in the north right now, or the Kenyans who are suffering from drought, will be getting the hunger safety net funds. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I support this report. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.